Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday, Raila Odinga and Jimmy Wanjigi were captured on camera walking out together after a lunch meeting at a Nairobi hotel. Kwa natembea tu, wametokezea kule, wamekuwa na chakula cha mchana. And people are raising so many questions. People are having so much concerns. There is also even panic in Kenya Kwanza. What was Raila Odinga and Jimmy Wanjigi discussing? Why did they have lunch? Because remember, we know Jimmy Wanjigi was a former presidential candidate who was not cleared by IEBC. But above all, he stood but did not support the Azimio wing. But they are here. And the question is just one. What was Raila Odinga and Jimmy Wanjigi meeting to discuss? That is what Kenyans are asking, and that is what is giving the Kenya Kwanza side sleepless nights about that meeting. Wanataka kujua hao walikuwa wanasema nini kwa huo mkutano.
Happy New Year. Happy belated birthday, Baba.
Now, that is the same question we are trying to ask here on this punchline. What are the possible reasons why Raila Odinga and Jimmy Wanjigi met? What were they discussing? That is what we want to look into. But before we go deep into that, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. And before I forget, there is a program we are trying to run here, whereby we reached out to one of the needy families. This is a single parent family, but the sad thing is that they lost their dad. And there's no any other hope they have. That was the single breadwinner of the family. So we have a student there going to Form 4, Martin Agalomba. Then we have the sister who has now to struggle to try and get something to put on table for them to eat and at the same time try to get something to take to the school for the school fees. So for him to join the boarding section, because in that school they have the boarding and day section. And we felt that for us to make a better help for him is just for him to join the boarding section, because there is financial constraint back at home. Chakula na majukumu yengine kupata ni shida. So it's rather akue kule, then the sister, because she's still also jobless, anaweza jaribu kung'ang'ana hapa na pale nyumbani. So we need 40,000 for him to be in the boarding section. That's the school fees. Not shopping, but just school fees. And we are trying to appeal to our viewers on this punchline. Those who have been touched with the story I shared yesterday, you can send us your help through 0708340092. We have been able to raise now 22,500, and I think we are less with the 18,000. If we manage to get this, then this boy will be in class and have ample time for better studies. So for those who have contributed, thank you so much, and let us keep on contributing, and I will keep on sharing the figures and the story to the end. Back to our discussion. Now, remember, the meeting between Jimmy Wanjigi and Raila Odinga is coming at a time, number one, when Raila Odinga is calling for mass action. Raila has threatened this regime that if they will not lower the cost of living, he's going to call for mass action and Kenyans will be back on the street. Remember also, before Raila said this, Kenyans have been asking Raila Odinga to lead them in mass action. We have seen business community, business people coming out requesting Raila Odinga to lead mass action. They have been on their knees asking Baba to say something about protest. So Raila has indicated that there will be a possibility of mass action. We shared that video here. Again, Jimmy Wanjigi has come out to loud mass action and he has warned this regime, not one time, not two, not three, several times, even in funeral. He was clear that he is supporting what Raila Odinga is suggesting, mass action. So both Jimmy Wanjigi and Raila Odinga are in agreement to push for demonstration against high cost of living in this country. Kwa hilo wanakubaliana. So the meeting is coming at a time when that has been going on. Therefore, possible obvious reason would be to discuss about that agenda. Protest. That can be a possibility of the items of discussion in this meeting. Walikubaliana kabisa kwa hafla tofauti, lakini wanaongea kwa sauti moja. They must have discussed how to have a successful mass action in this country. That can we call for this mass action? But again, what plan do we have for the same mass action, and how to go about it? Can it succeed, and how can we make it successful? I think this is what is giving Kenya Kwanza sleepless nights. This is what is causing panic in Statehouse, because one of the biggest threats that Ruto has faced is when Azimio organizes for mass action, huwa anakuwa na wakati mgumu wa kukusanya ushuru. That's when the government make losses in terms of tax collection. Hapo hakuangi na amani, na huyu ni mtu tunajua lengo lake kubwa ni kukusanya ushuru. A greedy tax collector in Statehouse. Huyo ndio mtu tuko naye. Hasa wakisikia mpango wa watu wa maandamano ambao Raila Odinga anahusika, wanakuwa na shida kubwa sana katika mawazo yao. They don't have peace. And when you see Jimmy Wanjigi being a business person, now discussing about mass action with Raila Odinga, that means he's bringing together or on board the business community largely from Mount Kenya. Wamekuwa wakisema baba itisha kitu kama maandamano. Ongea kuhusu maandamano. So Jimmy Wanjigi brings that face in Azimio. Now, if they're discussing about mass action, then possibility of finances comes in. Don't be cheated. For you to have a successful mass action, it should be funded. And for any country to have a serious revolution or change, that's why we say always you need to have middle class involved. They come in with their finances, they come in with a strategy. Okay? So you need resources and strategy. Very key in a protest or in any revolution to succeed. Therefore, when you see these two people, si kwamba Raila hana pesa, anazo pesa, lakini pesa zake zote za kufanya mpango hizi zote, pia wale wengine wahusike to make it successful. So every support is important. Strategy is important. This is other key issues that they must have discussed in this meeting. Above all, we know that Azimio is only not pushing their case through protest. They are also doing it through the court. Unakumbuka siku nyingine ukiwa mtata akisema kwamba at one point he had a case and he needed the money to fund to make sure that he's been able to facilitate that case. So William Ruto offered his support. Hiyo wakati alikuwa deputy president. But he found that in this case Kenyans can benefit. So he wanted to gain political mileage. Unasukuma ukiwa mtata anapeleka case lakini uongelee hiyo mambo, lakini ukienda kule unasema Mungu atatusaidia. So he supported him with he said 30,000, something like that. So you see, some of these people, the non-government organization, our activists, they need financial support to process their case in court. Ulipe some lawyers here and there to help. That is also an issue they are discussing. They are not stupid to push for the agenda only through the protest. They also does it through the court. Ukisikia mtu kama Ruto anapiga kelele, anasema ya kwamba judges have been corrupt, they are taking bribes, it is because watu wanasukuma kesi, alafu yeye kesi yenyewe is not favoring him. The ruling is against him. Not because someone has bribed, but because someone was pushing a case in court na ameleta all the evidence needed there. Kupata evidence pia sometimes you need money. Processing this case, paperwork and all those things, putting everything together, you need money. That is the truth. It is a subject of discussion in that meeting. We are seeing Ruto increasingly fighting judges because he wants them to subdue. He wants them to bow down. He wants them to rule in his favor. So in as much these people are pushing the case in court, lazima waangalie, how do you counter William Ruto? How do you go about it? It is a subject of discussion also. Funding these cases in court, so that some of the policies that they are bringing on board, they are being stopped. Mambo ya kusema watu walipe kitambulisho. Mambo ya kusema wakulima waanze kulipa sijui 5%. Mambo mengi tu they have been stopped through the court or delayed through the court because lazima wafund these cases. Those are the issues that I've discussed about. The issue of now Jimmy Wanjigi coming on board to Azimio side is also a possible thing they might have discussed. Remember, Jimmy Wanjigi is one man who has always come out also to condemn those who are frustrating Uhuru Kenyatta. He has also always stand in a gap to defend the Kenyatta family also. So when you see them coming together, the issue of also mambo ya Kenyatta, because for Uhuru Kenyatta, I don't think if Uhuru Kenyatta is supporting even the dialogue, I think he was against that. Ndio maana the Kenya Kwanza are not happy. So these are some of the reasons why they meet to discuss going way forward. I don't know your views, but let us meet at the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much and see you in our next video.